Alright, so this video is on the new Netflix series Lost in Space. Well, it's not really new, is it? The reimagination of Lost in Space from 1960. To be upfront, I never watched the original one. I think I caught a few episodes back when I was growing up watching TV, but I never actually sat down and watched the whole thing. So you might be wondering, should you watch the show? And the answer to that question, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. It really depends on what you're looking for in a show. The characters are at least interesting. I think they're well written. They have a lot going for them. Their story has possibilities, but the overall story of the show is terrible. It really is. It is overly predictable. There are no true cliffhangers, even though they try to build them up like there's going to be. There isn't, and I think that's really the worst part of the show. Is that the story is atrocious. If I had to suggest the show to you, I probably wouldn't. I don't think I could justifiably tell you to watch the show, unless you love characters, and that's the biggest thing the show has going for it. The characters of Judy and Penny are easily the best characters in the show. Judy and Judy's actress is amazing. The character of Judy is by far the best character in the show, and the relationship between Judy and Penny is great for the little bit that you get to see, because they seem to not really like each other and they're really different. In the situation that they're in, they kind of grow with each other as characters, and I really, really wish they would have spent more time on that. I think they should have spent more time on that. But they didn't. They wanted to spend a lot of time on Will, and they spent way too much time on Dr. Smith than the character really needed. And the storyline they told for Dr. Smith was really bad, and I'm going to bring up in the spoilers because I really want to talk about it. Just know that I didn't like the character at all. Penny's character is good but shallow. I feel like they should have spent more time building up who she's supposed to be. But I really like the actress that played her as well. I think both Judy and Penny's actresses are the best part of the show. I think they really bring something to the character that isn't in the writing or the dialogue, but just the acting. I think both are really good. But the story just has a lot of issues, not like plot point issues or issues in that regard, but they have a lot of issues along the lines of the story they're trying to tell and the way they convey them. So if you're looking for a great story-driven show, don't go to Lost in Space. Again, like I said, I'll explain a lot more in the spoilers parts. All I can say without spoiling it is it's super predictable where it goes every time it tries to go somewhere. And then another non-spoiler bit is the robot has the weirdest hands in the world, and I don't know who decided that was a good idea, because it was a terrible idea. I will show the hands like here, because they are laughably bad. They tried to make it look robotic, when in reality they should have really just had to be someone's actual hand with a glove on, because it doesn't look atomically correct, even though that's what the robot was going for. When it looked at Will, it's like, I'll be like you, and it wasn't. Oh man, it really wasn't. On to the spoilers part. The show tries to make you feel like they're building suspense in a lot of the scenes, and they're not. It's not suspenseful whatsoever. Anybody that has watched TV in the last 30 years can see every suspenseful plot point coming from a galactic mile away. It is hilariously bad every time they try to build up suspense. I don't understand what they were going for. There's no real plot driven suspense whatsoever, because every time they try to build it exists for 20 seconds, and I don't understand what they were going for, to be honest. It's so bad. Early on, when Will finds the robot in the tree and he cuts it loose and it falls into the fire, and it starts playing the sad music like Will's going to die, when in reality, everyone watching knows there's absolutely 0% chance that he's going to die. Robot jumps out of the flames and saves Will moments later, which is exactly what you would expect to happen in a show like this. And then later on, when they launch John up into space, he goes up into space and he blows up, and he doesn't die because there's literally no chance he dies, and he doesn't. But they build up suspense like he did. They spend half an episode playing on the idea that maybe he's dead, maybe he died, and he doesn't. So on to Dr. Smith, and oh my God. Dr. Smith is a great character that could have been and should have been, but wasn't. They ruined her. They did not even give her a chance of surviving as a character, because from the get-go, they give you too much information on who she is. If they would have taken the time, and they should have taken the time, they should have taken episodes to slowly reveal to you her story, and they didn't. They should have opened up, made her a mystery, given you some type of, given you no idea on who she was, to let the character grow and maybe come to a conclusion on who she is without telling you who she is. I think that would have made the character infinitely better. But from the get-go, they show you that she's a bad guy. Like, from the very first scene that you see her, they clearly state, oh, she's the bad guy of the show. She's insane. So every time she comes on screen, they make her the bad guy. Every decision she makes is a bad one. Every action she takes, you see, is a bad action. And that's terrible storytelling. That is a terrible character. They could have built her up as being a good guy for, half of the show. They really could. They could have spent the first 5 episodes building this character up as being a potential hero, and then twisting her right there in the middle, and that would have added way more to the show, because then you could look back at the action she had made and realize that they weren't in the benefit of the Robinson family. But instead, from the get-go, she's the bad guy, and it's clear every action she's taking is bad, and it's going to hurt the family, and it's just this constant usage of this character to be evil. And I was just rolling my eyes every time she came on screen, because she didn't add anything to the scene at all, ever. The actress was good. I thought she was awesome. She did great for the character. The character was just poorly written and annoying, like my dog that's barking. But like I said, if you guys want a good character story, there definitely are some good characters, but the overall plot of the show is atrocious, and I would definitely say skip it. I watched all 10 episodes, and yes, I really liked the characters, but I wouldn't rewatch it for the show. Maybe next season will be better, because they've definitely given it a good potential second season ending. I honestly cannot recommend this show in the current state it's in. If you like the review, like the video. If you want to say something, leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you definitely should. And make sure you hit the bell. Also, follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of things on Twitter. And as always, thanks to my patrons for making this channel possible when I release videos. New essay coming soon, though. Again, thanks for watching.